Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Cosker. Insaniquarium. This game was my childhood. Like, my Mount Rushmore of childhood games had to be Bionicle Heroes, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Insaniquarium, and I don't know, Kirby Superstar Ultra or something. Maybe we'll talk about those another time, but today we're playing the game where you buy fish, feed them until they poop money, which you then use to buy eggs, which contain an army of helper friends, all in an aquarium that's rather mild. Psych! It's insane. That's why they call it Insaniquarium. It's just that crazy. As a kid, I could never experience this game very well, since I had a demo version where I could only play in 5-minute intervals. Yes, it was as bad as it sounds. But today, we'll be playing the full version. That's right, with no time limit. So without further ado, let's get into it. I started my fish ownership journey with a familiar and nostalgic aquarium known as Tank 1. I purchased guppies and grew them into larger guppies by feeding them bite-sized pieces of cardboard. And as the ancient philosophers once foretold, they started crapping out money. So I used this to quickly purchase the fragments of my first egg to hatch my first helper pet, Stinky the Snail. Look at him, he's glorious. As I took him to the second level, only time could tell if he'd be useful or not. As I fed my fish and watched them grow as I had so many times before, it brought a sort of calming energy. Like all my worries just quieted down, like I was just a kid again, enjoying this fun game. Oh my god, there's aliens! Bet you didn't see that coming, buddy. This didn't win Game of the Year 3 times in a row for nothing. It's because of brilliant combat features such as this. I vanquished my foe and completed the second egg, which contained Slumlord Nico, who would just randomly give me money. It was great. With more money came more upgrades and more fish, like the carnivore fish, which would rip my guppies to shreds in exchange for those sweet, sweet blue diamonds. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Sacrifices were made as I swapped out my guppies for a new generation of moneymakers, giving me the ability to purchase the next egg faster than ever. Itchy, who would put the team on his back during alien battles. Not even the newer and stronger aliens could stop me. I quickly bought the next egg and unlocked Prego, the mama fish. I wonder what she does. Now came the choice of which pets to choose. I had 4 now and could only use 3. Stinky was scratched off the roster. The big 3 did their jobs perfectly, especially Prego. We breezed through the final level of stage 1, unlocking Zorf the seahorse, who was not useful at all. And what's this? A fun bonus level to collect shells for your very own virtual aquarium game mode? Goat conversation features here, dude. On to the next stage. Tank 2 introduced new and exciting features like feeding your fish antifreeze and raising podheads. Truly remarkable. Fish that ate antifreeze would turn into ghosts that drop stars now, which the potheads would catch and turn into those sweet blue crystals. This proved more challenging as there was a certain finesse to getting these ghost fish. See, only large guppies can safely ingest 16 fluid ounces of engine coolant. If small and medium guppies eat it, they don't turn into ghosts, they just turn into floppy dead fish. But once I got the technique down, I could do it flawlessly, manipulating fish and feeding them chemicals like it was my full-time job. But I forgot about one thing, the new alien of this stage. A creature so awful, so terrible, just thinking about him makes my skin crawl, unlike anything you've ever seen before. Get ready for this thing. Am I the only one who finds him extremely unsettling? Like, all the other aliens in this game look like standard scary monsters, and then there's this dude, that creepy smile, those dead eyes, Uncanny Valley type situation. The credits say his name is Gus, but it really should be called an abomination. Really turning this into Insaniquarium.exe. I tried to dispose of him as quickly as possible. That's the other thing, you can't shoot it, you have to force feed it to death. But finally, he was gone. for now, and my aquarium was finally at peace. I progressed through this tank, battling the other much less scary aliens, and collecting various new helpers, including Rufus, the fiddler crab, who was able to give Itchy a much-deserved vacation. I completed the last egg, and just like that, we were on to the next stage. And now we had made it to my favorite tank. Not because of the new fish or anything, they're actually kind of a pain, but because of the green background, the music, the vibes were immaculate. Tank 3 once again introduced new and more efficient ways to make money, this time adding not one, but 2 new creatures. One was this I don't know, crab-looking thing. It used its sharp mandibles to devour my guppies, or more like just eviscerate them for fun. Like, this thing doesn't have a mouth, so I don't know how it absorbs any nutritional value from the fish. But it produced beetles that were the lone food source for the second new fish, this weird chameleon guy. This is what happens when you drop your pet lizard into the fish tank. Go ahead, try it. Please don't actually. But I kept them around because they produce lovely pearls, which proved to be quite profitable. The pets unlocked in this tank were pretty top tier. Seymour the turtle slowed down falling valuables. Gumball the angler led my fish away from the dangerous new aliens, and Shrapnel the robot fish dropped bombs on my guppies. They were all effective in their own unique way. I built up my army of clawheads and lizards to power me through each level until I finally arrived at the final stage. Tank 4. Holy crap, I can buy pregos now. No longer was there a need to purchase guppies as the breeder was available. Also, the return of the carnivore was much welcomed. However, it was quickly overshadowed by the debut of the ultravore. This was it, the ultimate cash cow, dropping chests of treasure worth $2,000 each. And since it ate the carnivore fish, there was no more need to mess around with antifreeze and bugs. I could simply buy a bunch of ultravores, then when they got hungry, buy a bunch of carnivores. It was perfect. It meant I could buy as many ultravores as I wanted and make so much money. That was until the new 2-headed alien would spawn and completely purge all my expensive fish, especially this one. I passed through the levels, eventually unlocking Gash the shark, another pet that would help me against the alien menace. He did heavy damage like Rufus, but was able to swim freely around the tank. The only issue was that he had a slight tendency to eat my fish from time to time. Another creature wants to inflict violence on my guppy. Shocker, I know. But that was a risk I was willing to take, if it meant help on the alien front. I slowly made my way past the final few levels, and as egg fragments got more and more expensive, I could tell we were nearing the end game now. I had my school of juiced up fish making me more money than ever, taking me closer and closer to that last $99,999 egg fragment, until finally I was able to purchase the very last egg. Oh my gosh, no! An evil alien mastermind appears, and he's prevented me from hatching the last egg. All that effort, all that hard work, it all led up to this moment, only to be spoiled by this spider-looking octopus guy. I had no choice. I was gonna have to throw hands, but don't let those adorable eyes fool you. He is clearly a mastermind evil genius. You can tell by his gently pulsating brain, so I'd have to be cautious. Here we are, the final boss, the big baddie of the franchise. Our epic battle began. His goal of eating my fish and my goal of expanding my brand recognition collided as we faced off. He spawned in what he could. Aliens from past tanks including Gus. Ugh. But it was no match for me. Any monster he summoned was quickly defeated by my cramping finger. For real though, this boss wasn't difficult, it was just so tiring. Like the final boss of a clicker game involves what? That's right, more clicking. As I contained him in corner jail, I blasted him mercilessly, and just as the last tendon in my finger was about to tear, I finally vanquished the mastermind. The last egg turned out to be Presto, the tadpole, with his ability to turn into any helper pet, even Stinky. And that was it, the end of my insane journey. It's always nice to revisit this game. Nostalgia aside, I still think it's a fun time waster game. I think my playthrough time was almost 3 hours, so not a super short game either. But do I think this game belongs in the GOAT conversation? Yes. Anyway, that's it for today. If you like, leave a like. If you subscribe, appreciate you. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, cheers.